What happens if you leave 32 men and a single woman stranded on an island? Well, this video will explain it all and you will not believe what happened in the end. During World War II, there was an island in Japan that had no one around except this woman called Kazuko, her husband and her husband's boss working at a coconut plantation. But one day, Kazuko's husband had to leave the island to take care of his sister. However, somehow he didn't return, leaving Kazuko and her husband's boss fending for themselves. But one day, a group of 31 sailors ended up trapped on the island after their ship got damaged during the war. And because of the ongoing danger around, no one could leave the island safely. So in order to survive, all 32 men and Kazuko would grow potatoes, catch fish, and sometimes even eat rats and lizards to fill their stomachs. But their luck was soon going to change, where after a year, the war ended and soldiers came by the island and told them to leave and surrender. But instead of escaping the island, all 32 men and Kazuko didn't believe the soldiers and thought it was a trick by the US. So they all went back and lived in the island for a few more years. But this is when strange things started to happen. One by one, all the men started passing away and the number of men dropped from 32 to 19. Because of this, Kazuko quickly went to hide and waited for US soldiers to come by again to rescue her from the island. But this is when the story gets a whole lot darker. Because when Kazuko returned to the city, she became a celebrity where she started getting interviewed and even had a movie made after her story about surviving the island full of men. However, when the remaining men finally returned after 6 years, they exposed everything about Kazuko. They started claiming that Kazuko was seducing them the whole time so that the man would give her food and clothes. Some men also accused her of manipulating them by using her beauty so that they will murder each other, allowing Kazuko to gain full power and control on the island. However, when all the men found out about her plan, they started attacking her, causing Kazuko to flee the island, which brings us to right now. And when news broke out, Kazuko defended herself, saying that it wasn't true, and said that she only seduced them in order to survive as a woman alone. To this day, there's no final verdict on this story. But what do you think? Is Kazuko a brave woman that survived an island full of men? Or was she a secret manipulator wanting to control men?